Yesterday I spent part of the day, the afternoon and evening really, at Nazareth House visiting with a retired priest, a friend of mine. At some point in our conversation, he began to talk about the movie Silence. I don't know how many of you have seen it. How many have seen Silence? Okay, just a few of you, I should say, not me. Which apparently is a very good film. He could not, speak enough of it, so it got me interested, and especially since today it's about that whole time. Silence is about, is it a novel?
Yeah.
Based on true events, as they say now, right? About Jesuit missionaries in Japan in the 17th century. It would have been about the time, if I understand the timeline correctly, it would be after Paul Miki and his time. Two Jesuits were sent to Japan to check on a Portuguese Jesuit named Father Ferreira, who reportedly had apostatized, which of course would be the demand of the local Japanese government, because they don't take kindly to Christianity. As far as they're concerned, Christianity is anathema to the values of the Japanese people. So Christianity was persecuted there, and apostasy was one of their demands, either that or one's life, of course. And so in the process of telling the story, it is found out that Father Ferreira is finally discovered, and in his conversation with one of the Jesuits who was sent to look for him, he kind of said, by this time he's changed his name to a Japanese rendering, and he said he believed anyway, as far as he was concerned, Christianity was a losing battle in Japan. And that, to him, he said, human nature is found in Japan. And if you want to call that finding God, well, then that is why he felt converting people to Christianity was a lost cause. You find God there anyway in some other way. At least that's how I understood it in my reading. And it kind of, to me, recalls how missionary activity has changed, even in the work of the church. Right? I mean, historically, it was just about proclaiming Christ crucified and how He died for us, and that therefore we should value that and embrace it and change your life because of that. Nowadays, our missionary activities begins at a different point. It starts with where people are at, and helping them recognize, the basic values of who we are as human beings. And sometimes much of missionary work is attending to that, especially in places where perhaps some of these basic human needs are not being met. And to do that as an act, as a Christian act, perhaps not necessarily saying Jesus at the beginning, but to later answer the question, hoping it comes around, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Because it is what we believe ought to be done in the manner of Jesus Christ. And we see that today in the gospel. The sick were brought to Him, and He healed them. As many as touched His cloak were cured. It's as though they were restored to their original, which then harkens back to the first reading. And God created. Everything was good. And I think, if we were to reflect on that, our work of evangelization really is to restore things to their original goodness. To seek out people who, for some reason, are hurting, are confused, are lost, living in darkness, and to help them discover again the basic fact that they are good because God created them. And if it means delaying the message about Jesus Christ, well, let it be so. It's very hard for people to receive the good news about Jesus if they do not know that they themselves